Man, this battle between Kendrick Lamar and Drake is crazy, man. So now you have Drake filing lawsuits because he's upset. Now he's claiming he's taking action because he's claiming that Universal Music Group claims Kendrick Lamar's "Not Like Us" was defamatory. After a petition alleging that Universal Music Group and Spotify conspired to boost its streams, Drake alleges that the diss track falsely accuses him of being a sexual predator, right? So he's very, very, very upset with that, right? He's coming after Lucian Grange. He's coming after all of these people, right? And he's saying that, he's accusing them of basically putting money behind Kendrick Lamar in the battle for profit, right? Going to DJs, going to, all over these different things. So both of them were somehow connected to UMG and Lucian Grange. We know that Lucian Grange gave Drake like $400 million. Drake had a bunch of different contracts, and he was saying that when this essay accusing him of being a predator was messing up his money. And he was saying that Lucian Grange and UMG was basically on the side of Kendrick Lamar. This thing gets real goofy, man, but I just don't know about this. So you have a lot of people commenting on this all over the music industry, right? And this is part of what Cat Williams was talking about. A lot of things is going to be exposed, right? Funk Flex is running his mouth. He's on Drake's side, saying that Drake is 100% right. You got a lot of artists and people, even Meek Mills, but you got a lot of artists that don't like what Drake is doing, right? But you have a brother, Mr. Tinsley. He interviews a lot of rappers. He wrote the book on Tupac and Biggie. He was on ABC News, and he said this.
Escape and author of It Was All a Dream, Biggie and the World That Made Him. Justin Tinsley joins me now for more. Justin, thanks for coming on. First, I just want to get your reaction. What did you think when you first heard the claims in this petition?
Wow. Like, in the history of rap beef and all the rap beefs that I've covered in my career and all the rap beefs that I've read about over the course of the genre's entire history, from Ice Cube and NWA to obviously Tupac and Biggie, Jay-Z and Nas, so on and so forth, you've never actually seen potential litigation come into play. So when I saw this drop yesterday, I was like, wow, this is definitely a new frontier in terms of rap beef.
Now, how big of a deal is it for a star like Drake to be alleging that one of the largest music labels in the world and streaming platforms in the world were basically conspiring against him to promote this diss track?
It's a potential bombshell, because what he filed was a petition, which is not to be confused with the lawsuit. Basically, a petition is going to allow his lawyers to look at evidence or search for evidence that they alleged in that petition. Now, if they find things to their liking or find things to their interest, they could potentially file a lawsuit. But like you said, this is one of the biggest stars in the world, one of the biggest music labels in the world, one of the biggest streaming platforms in the world, and he's alleging foul play. He's alleging that they juked the numbers in terms of helping his rival, his foe out, and in terms to hurt him. So it could potentially be a major lawsuit when we're looking at in terms of the intersections of the criminal, not criminal justice system, but law enforcement, law, courts, and hip hop, which already has a storied history to begin with.
Now, Drake's petition also accuses UMG and Spotify of paying social media influencers to promote Not Like Us. But Not Like Us also debuted at #1 on the Billboard Hot 100 chart. It broke the Hot Rap Songs chart record for the most weeks at a time. So if his allegations are true, could that all be tied into this, or does that make this case more difficult for him?
Honestly, here's the thing, Diane. I don't know if anyone would be surprised if numbers were manipulated in some sort, because you got to think about it. There's always been some sort of pay for play situation going on with the music industry. This is long before streaming, long before the internet came into play. But here's the thing about Not Like Us. What can't be manipulated is the cultural touchstone that it became over the spring and the summer. What can't be manipulated is how marching bands at colleges are playing this every weekend during football games, or how it's being played at wedding receptions, how it's being played at homecomings. You can't manipulate the cultural impact that this song had. And that's one thing that Drake, no matter what becomes of this potential lawsuit, he can't take away from that. This song was a major hit, and it's up for several major awards at the Grammys next year, including Song of the Year.
So Justin Tinsley, a music industry insider, really broke it down on how UMG could have broke the law with the pay for play, with payola, and all the different things, going to these radio DJs and paying them. But I'm gonna tell you guys, that's been the game since music started. They've always invested money in the artists and then did the pay for play. That's how they got you out there. That's how they got known. That's how the guys in the indie industry did it. Right? There was always backdoor deals. It's always been like that, pun intended as well. Right? So, like, you know, when he files this, you know, after a day of filing an action in New York accusing UMG of illegally boosting Lamar's track on Spotify, Drake's company leveled similar claims in Texas court regarding radio giant iHeartRadio. The new filing filed late Monday and made public on Tuesday claims UMG funneled payments to iHeart as part of a pay-to-play scheme to promote the song on the radio. Drake has launched a second bombshell legal action against Universal Music Group over Kendrick Lamar's Not Like Us, accusing the music giant of defamation and claiming it could have halted the release of the song, falsely accusing him of being a sex offender. Right? So he's upset because he's saying that it's harmful to his brand, right? It's messing up his brand, and he feels as though UMG could have put an end to the song, and they didn't. But they've been doing this for you forever. When you was in the battle with Meek Mills, when you was in your battle and going after people, UMG did the same thing for you. This is just the way the music industry works. He's upset because this song went worldwide and it exploded everywhere, and they playing it at weddings, funerals, dinners. They playing a song everywhere. They playing a song during basketball pickup games, in sports, just in sports activities. That song is playing everywhere, and Drake can't get out from under it. Now Drake is still selling. He's still streaming at a high rate, but that song he's saying is hurtful to his bottom line, right? So Funk Flex, you know, he always running his mouth. He gets in it. And remember, Funk Flex has been working for the radio station up in New York forever. So he understands the pay for play. And what he said was, UMG, y'all gonna learn. Don't take the Drake money to fund nothing. He keeping the lights on. He keeping the lights on over there. Then he goes and says, Drake's side decided to file this suit not just because of Not Like Us song. It's bigger than just the song, which is why Drake is suing the label and not Kendrick directly. From what I'm told, Drake allegedly feels as if his label UMG is using money he made them to fund Kendrick Lamar's song Burying Him amidst a sensitive legal negotiation he's currently in. And then he goes and says, some DJs been taking payola to play songs. I can't wait to see how this trickles down. I've been waiting for this. Drake is not lying. There are backdoor deals, pun intended, under the table with DJs. Should I name names? I can if I need to. So he's going ham, right? He's going ham. He's running his mouth. Then he goes and says, Drake is 100% right. National play per song. Drake don't get money for play. Pop radio 350K, urban radio 250K, mix show 100K, local mix show director 40K, local DJs 3 to 5K per song. DJs on the radio 5 days a week. Man, so that everybody making money off this stuff. Then he comes back and says DJs are supposed to play a song because it's hot. Music industries will blackball me for this, but that's okay. Need to be said. This isn't about Kendrick. He has an amazing song. It's about the pay for play gotta stop. So that's Funkmaster Flex basically blowing a whistle on what goes on in the industry. Now, this is a situation that's been going on way before Kendrick and way before Drake. Now, listen, Drake filing a suit, he's not lying about what the industry has done because they've always done this and used other artists and promoted other artists over artists to blackball people. That's not, that we know that. I just think that a lot of people was mad at Drake at the time and the way he did it because he was in a knockdown, drag-out battle with Kendrick Lamar, and it seemed like now you're crying and you're snitching. But the lawsuit is correct because these labels, they've been doing this. They've been just wiping artists out to bring in new artists. So this is doing the pay for play, putting backing the machine behind other artists over other artists. They've been doing this. But Wack 100, he also chimed in on this, and he gave his endpoint, and his endpoint was separate from this Funk Flex. His endpoint was he basically was talking as another music insider. He basically saying that this goes on, this been going on, and it's not a big deal. Check this out.
No, if Drake would have won,
that
if Drake would have been on
you get
top,
my point.
you wouldn't hear
Yeah,
none of
you
this.
making my point.
You didn't hear none of this. You didn't hear none of
That's
this.
what
If Meek Mills could have did the same Drake doing right now, and he didn't.
Right. That's my point. Like, that's how they work a song, and now it's a problem because you lost.
Because he lost. Meek could have
you
did the same. Missing the point.
If you're paying
Have you ever
the label,
negotiated a deal?
bro,
They go off numbers.
Negotiations and negotiations.
They go off of numbers.
Bro. You is missing the point.
You do not lose in the negotiation if your numbers are still high.
If my job does that to me, where I am the person bringing in this money and I'm doing sales for them, but they're paying the competition behind my back so they can go get sales while I'm doing that, is illegal, bro. Especially in the music business.
What do you mean? This all the money coming from the same umbrella.
Listen, bro, it don't matter if it's
UMG is UMG. That ain't no Drake money.
Used a different way for this dude than it is for me on an illegal way, and I'm negotiating.
Hey, that comes down to your contract.
Exactly. So that's what the conversation is
that
about,
comes
bro.
down to your contract. Now,
that's what we talking about.
This is what you failing to understand. OVO, just like PG Lane, is contracted to indies that's under UMG.
A fact.
What they give you, they could give OVO $100 million for their marketing. They could give PG Lane $50 million for their marketing. If PG Lane go spend their whole $50 million on marketing and don't put nothing in their pocket, that's great. If OVO takes their $100 million and only want to spend $15, $20 million on the marketing, that's on them.
I'm with you, bro. I'm not disagreeing on that. I think what you gotta get in.
That is their own companies is what you're missing.
If the funds are being misappropriated, so then you file the petition to say where are these funds being misappropriated to. They will have to, in discovery, say, hey, it wasn't us. It was, like you just said,
Hey, bro,
PG Lane.
I think you missing what I'm
saying. That's how it's gonna go. That's what this is, bro.
Bro, their marketing budget is this is just one marketing budget and we pull. Everybody has their own marketing budget. Ain't no, oh, you gave Kendrick more than you gave me. That is all contractual when they did they individual deals.
That's not the conversation, bro. That's why I keep saying
you keep saying if they spent more.
Saying what I'm saying, but you're not letting me say what I'm saying.
You just said it.
I'm telling you what I'm saying. It's not about how much. It's about misappropriate. They saying that they was using it for payola, paying DJs, doing things that was illegally done in the music business. This is the same contract. Same company that you're contracted to, that you're negotiating with
DJ,
going
hey,
forward.
Look,
so if they're doing,
a
like
DJ is not payola.
Like you said, it's
a
been being done.
DJ is not payola, bro.
It's a form. If you paying radio
DJs
and to spin music and radio,
radio is radio.
Payola.
We all
have
a budget.
That's what we're talking
for
about. Radio DJs. We're talking about radio DJs.
Okay.
That's what we're talking about.
Now, radio has never worked by the label. Radio has always worked by independent companies that work radio.
Wack. Let's go step by step. How do you get? If you're a person that's
you can't
trying to
tell
get
me
that
about it, Brock.
Okay, but listen to me. If you're a person that's trying to get that information, you seeing that dislikes and all of this stuff is happening on some crazy. You have your team that's saying, "Hey, bro, we seen people come forward saying they've been getting paid. We seen people say they's gonna get a percentage of this song." So they do the discovery, and then like they said, UMG put out a statement said it wouldn't be us. It'll be Interscope that you need to look at. Then it'll keep going down, and it'll go to the third party company, like you said, wherever it ends up going. But that's how you get the information.
UMG does not work radio, bro. They don't. That's not what we. That's not, bro. Like this not. You don't even know what.
That's not what I'm
It's
saying,
not.
though. You keep trying to
They
dumb
are.
it down, bro.
They
You
are.
can't do that
No,
here.
because
Like, you keep trying
I'm
to
breaking it
simplify
down. UMG, they do not work radio. There's a company that's outsourced that are radio reps. That company has a fee. We pay that company their fee. That company goes and do whatever the fuck they do. They're their own company.
But
We
how
don't
can
know
that
what
that
the fuck
company
they
can't
do.
offer percentages of a song though?
No, he can't.
So if
They
somebody
can't.
was offered a percentage of a song to do
No, they
bots,
can't.
then that's a problem, right? Because the
No,
only
they
people that
can't.
can offer percentages of songs would be the direct people that were involved with that, the
Okay,
labels.
now we go back
So
down to the
that's
other
in the
side.
petition, bro.
Rock, see, here go the problem with you, right? And you having a conversation, right? That you can't have with me. See, when you say offer a percentage of a song, that ain't even nothing to talk about. You pull the song gonna tell you everybody that got a cut of that song. What you talking about? If you go pull
So that's
any
what's
record I
happening.
put out,
That's
you're
what you see
going
in
to
the
see.
lawsuit.
Look, you're going to see everybody that has ownership in that song. Everybody. Every writer, every producer. If it was one of the investors, you'd be like, who is that? Oh, that's the nigga, that's the investor, that's the nigga put the money up. Right? You're gonna see everybody got a percentage of that song. So that verbal is just a verbal. The song, as registered, is going to dictate who has a percentage of the song. Document it.
That's
Document
crazy.
it that the world can see.
No, Wack, you know that, like I know, sometimes you can do it without being named publicly. You can
No,
get a
you
percentage of a
can't.
song.
No, you cannot.
You cannot
Nigga,
get a percentage of a song without being named publicly.
no, you cannot. Nigga, you have to be registered to the song to be identified and recognized as one of the owners of royalty or publish it on that song. Period.
Right now in the media, Drake is getting wiped out and destroyed in the media, right? And Drake is very upset because he feels as though this is hurting his bottom line for all his business and everything for what he's being accused of in the battle. Now, in the rap battle, people say a lot of egregious things. There's a lot of bad things that are said, right? So it seems like he's crying. But what about the things that he said about Meek Mills at the time? And everybody was destroying Meek Mills. He was riding high. He had his fists in the air. He was loving it. UMG was backing him. UMG was paying, doing payola and paying these DJs to play this song, right? To destroy Meek Mills. Meek Mills ended up going indie, and he said that people try to make it seem like he fell off, but he still was winning, right? But you was cool with the industry when they was destroying Meek Mills, but now you're not cool with the industry with the industry's tactics when they use it against you to boost Kendrick Lamar. Make it make sense, man. Make it make sense, and this is why he's getting the pushback that he's getting. But as more of this come out, I'll report more of this, man. Listen, if you made it this far in the video, hit that like button, subscribe to Street Media TV, leave your comments in the comment section. Remember, I love y'all. Till the next time, peace.